We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check
Hello and welcome inside of the Allegany Community Center. We are here for game number 1 of the best of 5 playoff series between the Allegany Arrows and the Newtown Golden Eagles. Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Butts. So happy to be joining you all here tonight for what should be a thriller between the Newtown Golden Eagles and the Allegany Arrows as Allegany starts their championship title defense here in the postseason. Arrows are the reigning 2024 Can-Am champions. They're looking to go back-to-back, but it all starts right here with this game against Newtown. First shot on is stopped by Goa Abrams. Loose ball fought for and picked up by Newtown. Flipped into the middle for Tehoka Nanticoke, who will slow things down and get the rest of the offense out there as the Golden Eagles will have an extra possession here. Low shot there from Scanlon, misses wide. It'll go over and back, but a good start to this contest for Newtown, getting a few early shots and an extra possession as Allegany will get their first offensive possession of the game. Chris Cloutier with it. The 3-time NLL world champion is stopped here by Craig Seneca as he makes his first save of the game. This is going to be such an interesting goaltender battle between these two studs in Goa Abrams and Craig Seneca. Both have spent some time in the show. Seneca with the New York Riptide back a few seasons ago, and Goa Abrams most recently with the Toronto Rock after he came over from Calgary in a midseason trade. As now here comes Allegany, spurred on by their bench as Zach Miller will take over. Miller started his drive, passes it back. Atwood down low, into the middle. Whitcomb stopped by Seneca. And that's the first big save in this one for Craig Seneca. We know he can make them. That is his first here tonight. Amos Whitcomb left all alone in the slot, but Seneca denies him. Here's Tehoka Nanticoke. Nanticoke, one of the big midseason pickups for Newtown. Plays it over to the far side. Keelan Seneca down low. Nanticoke kept out by Abrams. But it looks like a penalty will be coming up. A slashing call against Allegany. We'll see if we caught it here. As no, our official's hand's already up. My apologies, missed that one. But you get a look at TN1's effort there as he looked to try and get the first goal of the game. Instead, he will draw the first power play of the game for Newtown, as Jesse Jimerson, the Arrows captain, will sit for 2 or less here. Nanticoke with it. Plays it to the near side. Rotating into the middle, shot blocked there. Nanticoke with the follow-up denied. Another attempt is stopped here by Goa Abrams. Was Jonah Mohawk and then Lyndon Stevens, the Newtown captain, with the most recent shot there, but couldn't beat Goa Abrams. Stevens plays it over for Nanticoke. Up top for Mohawk. Onto the far side. Scanlon back from Mohawk. Thinking about it. Goes to Nanticoke now. Nanticoke showing off the stick skills. We know he's got him. Looking for Stevens in the corner. Doesn't find him. Mohawk picks it up though. Scanlon down low. Looking to get into the middle. Spinning off a man. Taking a low shot there was John. Picked up now by Allegany. Arrows looking to try and just kill some time here with a minute remaining in the Jimerson penalty. Atwood takes a long shot. Craig Seneca with a left arm save. Makes it look easy as Clay Scanlon will bring it up the floor here for the Newtown Golden Eagles. Now Lyndon Stevens with it. Nanticoke. Expect to see a lot of TN1 in this one. Here he is again. Onto the near side. Jonah Mohawk. Stevens back to Mohawk. Stevens down low. Takes the shot. Stopped by Goa. Loose ball scooped up in front. Rudy George Another pass forward, just missing his man Tristan Jensen into the corner, picked up by Newtown. The Golden Eagles with 14 seconds remaining in the penalty bring it back the other way. Nanticoke will wisely wait for the penalty to expire. No sense in taking a shot, having it go off the glass or something, and springing a break for Jimerson. Nanticoke with a veteran move there, but is stopped by Goa Abrams. Now here's Jesse Jimerson playing it forward for Lane Smith, one of the league's leading goal scorers in Smith. Now onto the far side, looking for a lane. Whitcomb sends it over, off the glass, picked up by Smith. Looking back on the far side, trying to take a shot there was Kobe Whitcomb, but the pass doesn't connect here with Lane Smith in the corner, picked up by the Golden Eagles. Keelan Seneca gonna bounce it over to Lyndon Stevens. Now into the far side of the floor. Trying to create some room. Near side, Kennedy looking down in the low corner, can't connect on the pass as he was looking to find Keelan Seneca there. Instead, it's picked up by Darius Anderson. Anderson outlets, Jeff Geddes looking to go on a run here, but closed down. Had some good defense there coming from the Newtown Golden Eagles. Cloutier into the middle, plays it to the far side. Whitcomb down low, shot goes wide. Loose ball in front, who's gonna come away with it? Onto the near boards. Picked up here by the Golden Eagles as they will bring it forward. Ball up top, Jonah Mohawk. Gonna bounce it over for Nanticoke. Quickly played onto the far side. Scanlon finds here in Snow. Snow with some room takes the shot. Goa makes the save. Loose ball. Mohawk fights for it and he wins the battle. Good work by Jonah Mohawk to get his team an extra possession. Passes it down low. Doesn't connect, but Scanlon will pick it up off the boards. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Newtown. Kennedy misses wide. It'll go over and back. The Arrows will get the ball back as they look to try and get goal number 1 here in this contest. Zach Miller, product of Denver, plays it to the far side. Looking down low, Whitcomb takes a pass over to Miller. Thought he was going to shoot it there, but opted for the pass. Might have been better off to shoot it in that instance, but the play is what it is, as now Lyndon Stevens going to go on a run. Stevens with a long shot, misses wide. Anderson picks it up, takes a slash, but does a good job avoiding the wild stick of Lyndon Stevens. Now Anderson has an ISO look, takes it to the net. Spins back, Watts. Amos Whitcomb looking for a man down low. He has it. Throwing in some fakes there. Taylor, low shot, stopped by Seneca. That's the advantage of having a guy like Xavier Taylor on your team. He can play offense or defense so well. A true threat on both ends of the floor as Jonathan Jimerson slowed up here for Newtown, sends an errant pass over the line. That'll go over and back, allowing Allegany to take over. Kobe Whitcomb will start with it in the corner. He'll play catch with Amos. Kobe Whitcomb now to Chris Cloutier. Looking for his first of the game. Cloutier loses control there. Good pickup there by the Golden Eagles as they're going to go 2-on-1. Here comes Newtown in transition. Shot on, stop, rebound, dropped there. Dylan Snow had the attempt, but Goa Abrams kept it out. Now here comes Lane Smith. Don't give Lane a lane to the net. He'll take advantage, but he misses on the pass here. Pass picked off. Jaden Jimerson with a good defensive play. He'll flip it over to Clay Scanlon. Scanlon gonna run a little hidden ball trick with Kennedy. Bounced over to Kennedy now. Good move here. Kennedy steps in, fires, shot is wide. Loose ball onto the near boards. Who's going to come away with it? As Jaden Kennedy will have it. Allegany clamoring for an over and back, not going to get one, as it will be a shot clock violation anyways, so the Arrows get the ball back regardless as they look to try and get this game's first goal. It's been a defensive battle so far. Who's going to break out first? Christian Watts goes to Kobe Whitcomb. Onto the near side now. Cloutier takes the shot, stopped by Seneca. Can't give Kluch that kind of room. He will rip that shot every time. And more often than not, it's a good look at goal as Kobe Whitcomb chases down the ball and passes it over to Christian Watts. Watts picked up by Ron John. Now Cloutier gets a pick from Miller. Onto the far side, Watts with a blast, stopped by Seneca. Craig Seneca looks dialed in this one. I know the last time these two teams met to close out the regular season, it didn't go the way he wanted. It was an 18-9 Allegany Arrows win over at the Gilway Arena. Or excuse me, that was here at the Allegany Community Center, and that was a tough game for Seneca, but a big one for the Allegany Arrows, and they can play like that again. They will win a lot of games, but with Craig Seneca as dialed in as he looks right now, might be a low-scoring affair here tonight. We'll see, though. Lane Smith with it now. Smith gets a pick from Cloutier. Cloutier off the pick, he scores! What a play there from Chris Cloutier to bury the shot, and we have our first goal, and it's for the Allegany Arrows. And there you'll see a great pick and roll game between those two. How about one more look at it? Lane Smith goes to his left, hits Kluch off that pick. As the shot's now 12-6 in favor of Newtown, as Allegany gets their first now. Looking for another one, 3-on-2. Whitcomb goes down low. Kobe Whitcomb with a shot, stopped by Seneca. Loose ball scooped up. Newtown has it in the corner. Golden Eagles looking to leg it up the floor. Emerson Shenandoah doing a good job here for Newtown, getting the ball up into the safe hands of Huron Snow. Mohawk here with a shot soaked there by Anderson. Huron Snow picks it up. 2 seconds to work with. Gotta let it go. Not enough time. Huron Snow runs out of it, and it's a shot clock violation for Newtown. Here's Zach Miller. Miller goes behind the back looking for Cloutier. Doesn't find him. Instead goes right into the stick of Craig Seneca. Now a long outlet feed from Seneca is a good one that hits Jaden Jimerson, but no transition play left for him. Ball is down low. Looking for a shot there, Kennedy, but he loses it on the toe drag. Ball ends up in the stick of Goa Abrams as he'll outlet to Rudy George. Anderson now with 8:30 remaining here in the first period of play. Darius Anderson has the ball in his stick with his Allegany Arrows leading 1-0 here over the Newtown Golden Eagles. This is game number 1 of the best-of-5 series as Lane Smith makes it a 2-0 lead for Allegany. That's why Lane Smith was one of the league's leading goal scorers this past season. He is one of the best pure snipers in the Can-Am Lacrosse League. Makes a great move to get past his man and tucks it right into the top right corner. A perfect shot for the Arrows' second goal of the game. Smith had a very big Prezi run last year for Allegany. Picked up 13 goals and 20 points in 8 games for the Arrows on their run to a bronze medal in the President's Cup last season. Scanlon shoots that stop. Ron John stopped by Abrams. My goodness, how'd Goa keep that one out? Allegany going to try and play quickly here, but they're going to lose control. We'll get you another look at it. As I thought Ron John had it for sure, but somehow Goa Abrams kept it out. Scanlon hits Nanakoke on the near side, right on the Arrows logo. Nanakoke steps in towards the middle, but is defended well. Gets a switch now, takes the shot, stopped by Abrams. What a deceptive shot there from Tehoka Nanakoke. Fake to his right, everything about it said he was going to his right, brings it back left and nearly beat Goa. As Newtown has the ball back, low drive there, stopped by Abrams. Loose ball into the corner. Who's going to come away with it? It's Clay Scanlon. 23 seconds to work with, so plenty of time on the shot clock for Clay Wizard. Gets to the front of the net, shot is stopped. My goodness, Goa Abrams starting to make some big saves in this one here for Allegany. Now Miller gonna run the offense here for the Arrows. Passes in the middle. Kluche with a shot, stopped by Craig Seneca. Shenandoah has the ball in his stick. It's a man off the bench in Lyndon Stevens. Jaden Kennedy down low. Into the middle. Who's going to come away with that one? No one. Ball rolls all the way to the other end of the floor. Miscommunication between Craig Seneca and Dylan Snow about who was going to pick that one up. Ends up being Dylan Snow, as the Golden Eagles have a reset and a fresh shot clock now. Jaden Kennedy has a man on the far side. Gets the pass right back. Has some room. Takes the shot. Soaked in front. Sherman Williams blocked that one for the Allegany Arrows, as Taylor thought he might have had a break, but the Golden Eagles get off the bench quick and slow down the transition threat that is Xavier Taylor. Lane Smith with 5:40 remaining here in the first period of play. Smith lowers his shoulder, trying to run through Ron John. Opts to pass it off into the corner for Whitcomb now. Whitcomb coming into the middle. It's a man down low, shot on stop. Rebound picked up by Atwood, but he goes through the crease to do so, resulting in the turnover in possession. Ron John going to play it forward for Dan Rogers. Rogers started his season this year with the Onondaga Redhawks, but he's going to finish this year with the Newtown Golden Eagles. Came over to play for Newtown after the Redhawks folded for the season, as Seneca going to work here. Plays it down low. Goes in to set a pick. Shot on, deflected into the corner. Loose ball scooped up by the Arrows. Here comes Jimerson in transition. Jimerson, 3-on-2 here. If the Arrows decide to push, they do not. Jimerson will head to the bench and get a change as Zach Miller takes over. Miller looking to drive to the net, forced into the corner now. Kluche has it. Working to get to the front. Kluche with a shot, stopped by Seneca. Another nice save made here by Craig Seneca. Kobe Whitcomb has the ball though. Now Zach Miller, good move. Gets some room, takes the shot, stopped by Seneca. Loose ball here, picked up by Heron Snow. Snow nearly has his pocket pick there, but does a good job to avoid Chris Cloutier. Jaden Kennedy has been very impressive with the Seneca War Chiefs down in Junior B. He's someone that has a real bright future in his career with this Newtown Golden Eagles squad, should he choose to stay there. As I think there's a lot of teams that would love to have a guy like him on their roster, as Williams will send the pass forward now for Darius Anderson, who awaits just past the restraining line for some friendly faces coming off the bench, as he'll get a pick from Kettle, Nate Kettle. Working into the middle. Goes down low for Anderson. Anderson spins off his man, takes the shot. Somehow kept out by Seneca. Smith with a shot now. Arm save made by Craig Seneca. Ron John with a clutch loose ball there for Newtown. Sends it forward, but the Golden Eagles have nothing here in transition. Jonathan Jimerson will slow things down. Lyndon Stevens going to work. Stevens has some room, takes a shot, stopped by Abrams. Picked up in the corner. Loose ball scooped there from Kyle Gonsoriak. Kobe Whitcomb finds Cloutier on the near side. Trailer off the bench is Miller. Cloutier steps into the middle, finds Taylor with some room. Shot goes wide. Loose ball will go over and back as Newtown will get possession deep into the attacking zone with 2:41 remaining here in the first period of play. It is a 2-0 lead for the Allegany Arrows, the number 2 seeded team in the playoffs this year. Newtown, the number 3 seeded team. The Golden Eagles finished the regular season at 8-8. Allegany at 11-5. But for the Arrows, 2 of those 5 defeats were forfeits. So they only did lose 3 games on the floor this season, but they all count the same as they're in transition now. Shot from Watts goes wide. It'll be over and back against Allegany. Nanakoke gonna go quick. Nanakoke quickly picked up by Amos Whitcomb, so he's gonna have to retreat for now and wait for some reinforcements off the bench. Lyndon Stevens spins into a man, now tries to spin off him. Gonsoriak will get called here for holding as we hear a loud what coming from the bench, but we'll give you another look at it so you can see exactly what happened as Gonsoriak just kind of got tied up there with Lyndon Stevens. Might have had his arms around the right arm of Stevens. When you get into situations like that, holding calls just tend to be made, and that is what happened there. As Gonsoriak will sit for 2 or less here as the Golden Eagle power play steps out onto the floor here for the second time today, looking for goal number 1. Ball up top for Tehoka Nanakoke. Gets a nice pick from Mohawk. Winds and fires, stopped by Abrams. Loose ball scooped up by Jesse Jimerson. If you were checking out the Blue Squatch Instagram recently, you got to see a highlight goal from the last time we were here for an Arrows senior game from Jesse Jimerson. Kobe Whitcomb now going on a run. Plays it over to Zach Miller. Miller plays for the Georgia Swarm in the NLL with a shot there. Seneca makes the save. Good effort there from Zach Miller and a great effort from Allegany all around as they're going to get cheered on from their bench as they're doing a good job to kill some time here in this penalty. 55 seconds remain in the penalty to Gonsoriak. 13 on the shot clock. Cloutier just takes a shot here from his offside. Seneca makes a save. Loose ball picked up by Newtown. 2-on-1 chance for the Golden Eagles. Shot on, stopped here by Abrams. Emerson Shenandoah decided to take the shot there instead of going for the pass to Nanakoke as he knocks that ball free. What a check there from TN1. Now he's going to look to start the offense. Nanakoke bull rushes, shot goes wide. Loose ball picked up in the corner, but Allegany will have it. 16 seconds to go. Nanakoke nearly getting on the highlight reel. Now Jimerson knocks it free from Cloutier. John picks it up. Could be some time here. Stevens has it, shot stopped by Abrams. Oh my goodness. What an electric end to the first period of play between the Allegany Arrows and the Newtown Golden Eagles. Take a second, catch your breath at the end of 1. It's a 2-0 lead for Allegany. The shots after 1 period of play, 22-17 in favor of Newtown. As the Golden Eagles throwing a lot of rubber in the direction of Goa Abrams, but haven't gotten any by yet. 22 stops in that first period for Goa. As Seneca with 15 in his own right. We will now, in this break in the action, give all of you fine folks a look at the Can-Am playoff bracket for this season. There you see our matchup here on the right side of your screen. It is a best-of-5 series between the number 2 seeded Allegany Arrows and the number 3 ranked Newtown Golden Eagles. This is game number 1 of the series. Game number 2 will be coming right at you tomorrow night, 8 p.m., right here inside the Allegany Community Center. In the other series, the number 1 seeded Tonawanda Braves will take on the Grand River Warriors. That should be an exciting one in that series as well. But right now, all the focus is on Allegany and Newtown here from the Allegany Community Center. At the end of 1, it is a 2-0 lead for the Arrows here on Blue Squatch Productions.
We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for...
Back now on Blue Squatch Productions as we are almost set to start the second period of play. If you missed the end of the first, the shot totals 22-17 in favor of the Newtown Golden Eagles to end the period, but the score 2-0 in favor of Allegany. However, Newtown got an early shot there, looking to get another one. Here is Ryan John, but he loses control. Gonsoriak combines with Tristan Jensen to cause that turnover, as Allegany will now go back onto the attack. Here's Jesse Jimerson, their captain. Penalty coming here to Newtown. Goa Abrams is at the bench. Ball in the stick of Kobe Whitcomb. Whitcomb plays it for Miller. Down low. Atwood, stopped by Seneca. Some great ball movement there from Allegany, as we'll get you another look at that shot. Don't have the penalty, unfortunately, but here you can see the ball movement and the nice arm save by Craig Seneca to keep this a 2-0 game at the moment. But Allegany looking to change things here. They want to lead by 3, and they got a good chance here on this power play. Zach Miller goes behind the back for Cloutier. Onto the near side, Watts gets it off the boards. Miller winds and fires, but misses wide. It'll go over and back, and ball will go to Newtown. Golden Eagles going to get some fresh legs out there. The ball will start with Jonah Mohawk. Mohawk, the product of GCC, sends it up for Tehoka Nanticoke. TN1. Former first-round pick, 3rd overall by your world champion Buffalo Bandits. Down low here, Keelan Seneca. Product of Canisius University will just send it into the corner. As Seneca started his collegiate career with UAlbany, spent 4 seasons with the Great Danes, transferred to Canisius for his grad season, and finished off his college career with the Golden Griffins. Allegany back on the attack here on the power play. Pass just misses Cloutier, as he's going to have to chase after it. He's not going to get there. Big hit delivered here by Lane Smith as he knocks Dan Rogers to the floor. But all that matters is who had the ball. Newtown did. Now they'll turn it over as Allegany, with 37 seconds remaining on the power play, looking to get goal number 3 here in this ball game. Christian Watts finds Zach Miller in the middle. Cloutier, Miller fakes the pass, takes the shot, stopped by Seneca. Another nice save made here by Craig Seneca as Newtown has a break. They score! A shorty for the Newtown Golden Eagles, and it comes from Jaden Kennedy, and that might just be the spark that the Golden Eagles were looking for. It's a 2-1 game. And here you'll see Newtown running up the floor. A great pass forward there to hit Jaden Kennedy off the bench as he buries it into the top right corner. One more time, we'll get a look at this play here for Newtown as Jaden Kennedy, the product of Lakeshore High School, gets the first Newtown goal of the game. Got to cut it short here as the ball pops up out of play. Jonathan Jimerson, the man who delivered that dime for Newtown, as he'll pick up his first apple of the game. Newtown on the attack, looking to tie this game up. All of a sudden, the Golden Eagles right back into it here. Ron John going to take a shift on O. Passes it over to Nanticoke. Nanticoke steps in the middle, has a lane, takes a low shot, stopped that by Abrams. Ball will go the length of the floor here, right into the stick of Craig Seneca, and he'll play it forward for Clay Scanlon. Scanlon bounces it forward. Brennan White onto the far side. Kennedy quickly down low. Nanticoke takes a shot, rings the post. Oh my goodness, I think that post is still shaking from that shot. by Tehoka Nanticoke. What a rip. Beat everything but the iron as it remains a 2-1 lead, but 20 seconds on the shot clock now for Newtown. Seneca drive, stopped by Abrams. Ball kicked in front, picked up here by Rudy George as he's going to send it forward now. Darius Anderson looking to transition it up the floor, and an 8-second call coming, and it'll be a turnover on Anderson and the Arrows. Allegany thought about going quick here, but their captain, Lyndon Stevens, decides otherwise. Clay Scanlon has some room, takes a shot and scores. What a rip from Clay Scanlon. Shoots it perfectly around Rudy George, and we're all tied up. Scanlon, way too much time and room, just wraps that shot right around the legs of Rudy George and bends it into the corner. What a perfect shot coming from Clay Scanlon, as that's his first of the game and the second Newtown goal of the game. And here's a chance for the Golden Eagles right off the draw, but the save made by Goa Abrams. Shot came there from Jonathan Jimerson on the break. Kobe Whitcomb with it now for Allegany. Arrows looking to try and get momentum back in their favor. Kettle gonna slow things down as the product of Russell Sage blasts it right into the leg pads of Craig Seneca. Pass flipped over, looking for Nanticoke there. Instead, ends up here with Brennan White. White looking to get to the net, takes a shot, but goes wide of the net. Might have been more of a losing control, actually, as now Jensen will go up the floor here for Allegany. Jensen bounces it for Whitcomb. Amos Whitcomb, that is. As Watts looks to him and finds him. Watts over to Miller on the far side. Miller down low. Looking for a shot here. Kobe Whitcomb takes it, but is stopped by Seneca. Loose ball scooped up. Here comes Newtown. Jimerson looking to run. Jaden Jimerson doesn't have the shot here. Good closeout defense by Zach Miller. Jimerson goes to Stevens on the far side. Looking for that quick stick shot, doesn't get it. Scanlon with a drive, stopped by Abrams. Keelan Seneca looking to force a turnover, but unable to do so here as Goa gets the pass off well. Shot back the other way, goes off the foot of Craig Seneca. Now Ron John. Excellent pass forward there from Ron John. Snow leaves it for Lyndon Stevens. Stevens takes a low shot, stopped by Abrams. Cloutier sends a long bomb forward for Smith off the bench. He scores! What a pass and what a finish from Lane Smith as he combines with Chris Cloutier for the third Arrows goal of the game. And there you'll see the end of it. Lane Smith with an excellent fake to his right, brings it back left and beats Craig Seneca. That's a great look at that pass. Oh, and how about the move from Lane Smith? Fakes it to that top right corner, but drops it down low. Allegany back out in front, 3-2. Second goal of the game for Lane Smith. We know he's one of the best goal scorers in the Can-Am Lacrosse League. Amos Whitcomb loses control there, but just about able to get it to Cloutier. Cloutier finds Watts on the near side. Watts skip pass. Miller stopped by Seneca. Here comes Newtown now in transition as a Golden Eagle loses their footing out there. Fortunately for Newtown, they will keep possession. Ball in the stick of Clay Scanlon. Scanlon started his drive, but is slowed now. Finds Kennedy up top. Kennedy, great move, shot, stopped by Abrams. Loose ball in front. Kennedy fighting hard to come away with it. Not going to be able to do so here, but Ben Miller forced to just ice it. And now Newtown will pick it back up. Jonathan Jimerson finds Ryan John. Return pass just a bit too high as White into the middle. John scores! Ryan John blasts that one past Goa Abrams. And the Golden Eagles have tied this game up at 3. And there you see a good pass into the middle. Ryan John steps to his left and drops that one past Goa Abrams for the 3rd Newtown goal of the game. Ryan John, great on the lacrosse floor, but might even be a better golfer. Did you know Ryan John had the longest drive at the Can-Am's golf event earlier this season? So, hey, if this whole lacrosse thing doesn't work out for him, he might have to hit the links, as he could have a bright future out on the course. As right now, all focused on lacrosse, though, as Keelan Seneca goes to work. Seneca, it's Tehoka Nanticoke off the bench. Nanticoke fighting off some heavy checks, gets the shot off. Somehow, second attempt from Seneca goes wide. Loose ball scooped up by Jimerson. Jimerson's pass goes off the stick of Taylor, and it'll be picked up here by the Golden Eagles, Jaden Jimerson, as Newtown will have an extra possession here. Nanticoke, we all know about his excellent stick skills. One hand on it right now, back to 2 hands as he finds Scanlon. Scanlon steps in the middle, has a lane, takes the shot, misses wide, but a penalty called coming up against Allegany. Let's see if we got a look at it here for you. As there, I believe it is, yeah, right there through the back. As I believe, I'd say illegal cross check, but we'll see, as it'll be Xavier Taylor, that we know for sure, sitting for 2 or less. Newtown 0 for 2 on the man advantage today. They'd love to get their first power play goal here on this one. .11 remaining here in the second period of play as the Newtown Golden Eagles start their 3rd power play of the game. Mohawk, Nanticoke, John, the latest goal scorer in this one, Ryan John. Nanticoke scores! The initial shot from John was blocked in front, but the rebound picked up by TN1 as he blasts it past Abrams. And for the first time tonight, the Newtown Golden Eagles lead. Shots now 36-24 in favor of Newtown. And there you see Nanticoke blow that one by Goa Abrams. And this is big here for the Golden Eagles. I believe it now a 3-1 run, if my memory serves me correct, here for Newtown, as they have the momentum now, and they have been coming out hot here in this second period. The Golden Eagles looking to take a 1-0 series lead over the Allegany Arrows. Could be a chance here. Too many men for Newtown. Nanticoke a little bit too quick off the bench for our officials' liking. And too many men the call. Possession will go to Allegany. It's getting to be big moments here in the ball game for the Arrows. Quick shot there, doesn't quite find the target, as Newtown has the momentum now. Jimerson scores! Jaden Jimerson on a break beats Abrams, and Newtown leads it by 2. All the momentum with the Golden Eagles right now. Timeout Allegany. What a shot there from Jaden Jimerson, the GCC man, buries that one. We'll give you another look at it here. And what an excellent pass, too. 3/4 of the floor length pass there, right into the stick of Jaden Jimerson. My apologies, I missed who dropped that dime, but what a perfect pass. And Newtown leads it 5-3 during this break in the action. Just want to make sure we say thank you to our great sponsors down here in Allegany, CB's and Goodies Dispensary. Thank you to both of them for their sponsorship and their support here of Blue Squatch Productions. Without their support, these streams and these recordings would not be possible. So thank you to both of them for their support. I'll step aside here for a moment inside the Allegany Community Center.
We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out.
Back underway here inside the Allegany Community Center. It is now a 5-3 lead for the Newtown Golden Eagles. Allegany looking to come from behind here. Cloutier takes the shot, just misses the net. Smith gets the rebound but loses control here. Pass is taken away. Heron Snow blindsided here. Could be a chance, and this might get a little ugly quick. Heron Snow absolutely blindsided by someone off the bench. Let's see. And oh man, elbow going up in the head neck area too. That is an uncalled for hit right there. I'd be very surprised if this is 2 minutes, as it's not just that he's defenseless and not looking, sticks that right arm up, and 5 minutes I think is absolutely the correct call. 5 minutes for elbowing for Jesse Jimerson, and that's 5 minutes well earned, as that is 100% the correct call and a astute one made by our officials. And now a 5-minute power play for Newtown as Nanacoke blows a tire out there. Hopefully he's all right and back up soon. Miller on a break, scores! Oh my goodness, Zach Miller. How did he do it? And now some whistles here as officials stop play for a moment. Got to clean the floor, but while they're doing that, we got to look at this one from Zach Miller. Oh my goodness. How about another look at it? As Miller comes off the bench, great feed that hits him. Does a nice job to stay out of the crease. So difficult. Going to his left, brings it back right. And the thing is, Craig Seneca read that the whole way, but Zach Miller still beat him. That is an impressive play from an impressive player like Zach Miller. There's a reason why he went to Denver, as you can see right behind the Arrows bench during most of the game. 2 banners hanging up for Zach Miller for his commitment and for participating over with the 2015 NCAA champion Denver Pioneers. Hewitt was a big factor for DU for a number of seasons, a product of the Hill Academy. Back in 2024, 13 goals and 28 points in 15 games with the Georgia Swarm. Was named a USILA first team All-American back in 2016 with Denver as well. So Miller, no shortage of accolades in his impressive lacrosse career, as here he is now looking to tie this game up. Just misses wide. Ball goes into the bench as Zed Williams and Billy D. Smith, the coaching staff for Allegany, waving to their players to get them off the floor. Billy D was a longtime player with the Buffalo Bandits, ended his career in Rochester, coached a little bit in the NLL with Halifax, has been the head coach for Allegany, I believe, just the last 2 years. I know was with them last year when they won their first ever Can-Am title. As that shot stopped by Goa Abrams. Darius Anderson with a nice swim move here, just gets the ball over in time to avoid the 8-second call. Lane Smith hits Zach Miller. Miller will find Smith. Smith into the corner. Able to get away from 3 Golden Eagles. Gets the shot off and gets a reset. Watts blasts it. Blocked in front. Ball played forward here for Brennan White. Newtown looking to get their first goal here on this 5-minute power play. Right now they are -1. Allegany has a shorty. Onto the far side. Low shot from Kennedy. Stopped by Goa. Loose ball in front. That one nearly popped out of the stick of Goa Abrams, as now we got some altercations going on behind the play. Tehoka Nanticoke having a conversation with one of the Allegany arrows, as Nanticoke did throw a punch. Not sure what the call was for that. Looks like just one penalty at the moment. Now Nanticoke's going to head to the bench, or head to the box, excuse me. As it continues to intensify here inside of the Allegany Community Center. Nanticoke will sit as the Allegany player, Leo Storos, has headed back to the bench. No love lost between those two. Wonder if Tehoka was telling him, I got 3 rings now. How many do you have, Leo? How many do you got? Oh, that's right, we beat you, didn't we? Yeah. Three consecutive rings for TN1 as well. I don't know what they were saying, but I think that might have been part of it. Either way, Leo still on the bench here as our officials will sort things out. While they do, we will step aside. But before we go, thank you to CB's and Goodies for their support.
We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out.
So in case you couldn't hear them, the penalties were just announced. It was a 5-minute roughing call for Tehoka Nanticoke, and then a 5-minute roughing call for Leo Storos, along with a 10-minute game misconduct. As I think Leo's day is done. He was headed for an early shower, as that's one of the best defenders for Allegany off the floor. It was a trade-off. Arguably the best Newtown forward off the floor as well in Tehoka Nanticoke. So does Allegany win it? I'm not sure, but Leo going to be out for an extended period of time now in this one, as Lyndon Stevens blasts it home. Newtown extends the lead. And what a rip here from the veteran Lyndon Stevens. A longtime Golden Eagle blows that one past Goa Abrams. And the Golden Eagles have a 2-goal lead back. First goal of the game for Lyndon Stevens. The scoring in this one for Newtown. Teho Kananakoke with 1. Jaden Jimerson with 1. Jaden Kennedy with 1. Ryan John also with 1. Clay Scanlon has 1. And guess what? Lyndon Stevens, he's got 1. So a true team effort so far in this one for Newtown. 6 goals, 6 different goal scorers. As for Allegany, Kluche's got 1. Zach Miller with 1 as well. And Lane Smith has a pair. As that rounds out the goal scoring in this contest so far. Right now, the Newtown Golden Eagles ahead of the Allegany Arrows 6-4 in what has been a defensive battle so far. But Lane's starting to open up. Back in called on Xavier Taylor, as that is not a good play from Xavier Taylor there. A rare mistake from him, but it gives Newtown the ball back here on the power play. Remember, it was a 5-minute call. So Golden Eagles can get 2, and they do. Ryan John tucks that one past Goa Abrams. It's the largest lead of the game for Newtown. It's 7-4. Second goal of the game for Ryan John. The first repeat goal scorer for Newtown in this one, and we're going to see a goaltender change. Goa Abrams will head to the bench. Chase Martin now in between the pipes for Allegany. Martin had a tryout with the Halifax Thunderbirds earlier in his career, a silver medalist at the 2019 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships with Team Haudenosaunee. 2 top goaltenders for the Haudenosaunee on this Arrows team. Of course, behind, Doug Jamieson and Warren Hill, of course. But, 2 great goaltenders for the Haudenosaunee on this Allegany team. Goa, I know, has been in their system for a long time. Ended up with Team USA at the latest World's Tournament. As maybe he would have been a better one for that third goalie for the Haudenosaunee, because he came up big for the Americans. But Chase Martin looking to come up big now here for Allegany, as the Arrows have completely lost the momentum here in this second period. Newtown has controlled it from the beginning. Let's see if the Arrows can get that spark here. I know that's what they're looking for with a goalie change. Kluche stopped on that shot by Craig Seneca. Here comes Newtown in transition. Jimerson scores! All Newtown right now. The Golden Eagles soaring over the Arrows. It's 8-4 Newtown. 2 breakaway goals in this one for Jaden Jimerson, as the first shot on Chase Martin beats him. What a nice goal by Jaden Jimerson to tuck that one past Chase Martin. And it's just all going the way of the Golden Eagles right now. The 11-time Can-Am champions looking to add a record 12th here this season. Have another chance for a goal here as Martin deflects it up. Ball will stay with Newtown. Shot on, just wide. Good awareness from Keelan Seneca to get that pass off, as he nearly had a golden opportunity. Geddes finds Kluche on the far side. Kluche gets the pass back. Kluche, return feed for Whitcomb. Can't connect. Loose ball picked up by Newtown. Here come the Golden Eagles. Looking to transition again here. This pass is picked off. Chris Atwood takes it away. Anderson forward now. Low shot from Kettle. Kept out by Seneca. This one turning into a track meet quickly. Jaden Jimerson gonna slow things down here with 4:20 remaining in the second period of play. Off the bench is Clay Scanlon. Scanlon going left-handed. Scanlon thought about it, decides against it. Onto the near side now. Ryan John loses control here. Picks it back up. Scanlon off the pick, can't find him. And it'll be a shot clock violation as Scanlon hits his man into the boards, gets the ball back and the shot off, but just misses wide. What an effort from Clay Scanlon. as Newtown has the ball back. 20 seconds now on their fresh shot clock, and a chance to get their 9th goal of the game. Mohawk directing some traffic. Spins off a man, looking to get to the front of the net, can't do so here. Good defense by the Arrows. Ben Miller forcing him into the corner, into the middle. Kennedy, stopped by Martin. But a fresh 30 here for Newtown. Ron John will go over to Brennan White. Mohawk, Ron John in the low corner, takes a heavy slash. Ron John gets the pass off now. White with the shot. Martin keeps it out. Now Xavier Taylor looking to go on a run for Allegany. Taylor thought about it, decides to slow things down here. Plays it forward. Miller stopped by Seneca. Great feed there from Taylor as he's going to look for a shot here, and he scores. Xavier Taylor showing off the playmaking prowess as well as the goal-scoring ability as he gets the 5th Arrows goal of the game. And there you can see Taylor get that pass right from Christian Watts off the bench with a low shot that just had enough mustard on it to beat Craig Seneca, as the score now 8-5 in favor of the Newtown Golden Eagles. As Newtown looking to try and take a 1-0 series lead here over the higher-ranked Allegany Arrows. Arrows enter this game with an 11-5 record from the regular season. They were the number 2 seeded team this year. Newtown, a 500 regular season, finished at 8-8. They were the 3rd best team in the league. Golden Eagles really came on strong after their midseason acquisitions of Teo Kananakoke, along with Ron John and Clay Scanlon. Now Kluche with a shot here for Allegany, misses wide. Able to get his own rebound back, though, with one hand on his stick. Impressive play there from Kluch. Now Atwood has some room. Atwood with the shot, stopped by Seneca. Ben Miller trying to screen Craig Seneca here, but no problem at all for the wily veteran Craig Seneca as he's able to get the ball up for Heron Snow. Jaden Kennedy with it on the far side. Now Ryan John. John looking for a skip pass for Mohawk in the corner, can't find him. Loose ball scooped up by Atwood. Could be a chance for Allegany on a break. Geddes spins off his man, takes the shot, stopped by Seneca. And Geddes goes through the crease to get the ball. Possession will go to Newtown with 1:48 remaining here in the second period of play. A period that was dominated by the Newtown Golden Eagles. No goals for Newtown after one. They've had 8 all here in the second period. They've outscored the Arrows 8-3 so far in this second period. And with just under 1:30 to go, I'm not sure how much that'll change, but Allegany, any more they can get here will really help them as they battle back into the third. Kobe Whitcomb has Watts in the middle, finds him, stopped by Seneca. Ball bounces in front. Who's going to come away with it? It's Newtown. Pass forward will find Emerson Shenandoah. He's able to flip it over in the direction of Jimerson, but is picked up by Jensen instead. Taylor quickly back the other way. Down low. Watts with a shot, stopped by Seneca. No, it squeaks in. I thought Craig Seneca got enough of it to keep it out, but the power was too much coming from Christian Watts as he brings Allegany within 2, as that just trickles over the line. 3 Golden Eagles standing there. No one helps out the goalie and bats it out of the way. Ball bounces over the line, and the Arrows have closed the gap here. Remember what I was just saying, any goal Newtown can get this late into the period will go a long way in helping them battle back, but you can't give one up though. Heron Snow with a shot, stopped by Martin. Could be a chance here for Allegany. Miller off the bench, shot, stopped by Seneca. And too many men, I believe the call is Zach Miller a little quick coming off the bench for Allegany. Possession will be awarded to Newtown. Nanacoke has the ball in his stick. Goes to the far side. Jaden Kennedy. Now Ryan John into the middle. Behind the back shot from Stevens. Stopped by Chase Martin. Loose ball in front. This is a big loose ball here. Who can come away with it? It's Allegany's Chase Martin. Martin outlets forward. Ball pops up and out of play. A fortuitous bounce for the Newtown Golden Eagles as it caroms off the former Tuscarora Tomahawk Ben Miller into the netting and out of play. And with 7.9 seconds remaining in this period, Newtown will have a chance for the last shot of the period. Speaking of shots, the totals now 49-35 in favor of the Golden Eagles here as we approach the end of the second period of play. What an entertaining game and period this has been so far, as I will load up here the playoff schedule for these two teams. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, Friday, July 18th, 8 p.m. right here at the Allegany Community Center for game number 2. Game 3 is 1 week from today, July 24th, next Thursday, an 8 p.m. contest at the Gilley Arena. And then if necessary, game number 4 will be that next Friday, the July 25th, another 8 o'clock game down at Gilley. And if we need 5, it'll be right here at the Allegany Community Center. Looking for a dunk there is Stevens. Can't tuck it home as Martin makes the save. And at the end of 2 periods of play, the score 8-6 in favor of Newtown. What a second period it was for the Golden Eagles. 8-4. They outscore the Allegany Arrows in that period, as Allegany did a great job in the first, holding the Golden Eagles to no goals. Only able to score 2 themselves. Put up 4 more in this period, but they got some work to do in the third as they trail by 2 against the Newtown Golden Eagles, looking for an upset here at the Allegany Community Center. While we got some time here, we will load up the final standings for the Can-Am regular season. This is how all the teams finished for the regular season. Tonawanda topped the league with a 12-4 record. Allegany was second with an 11-5 record. That's why they're the number 2 seed, and matched up with the 8-8 Newtown Golden Eagles. Grand River, the last of the playoff teams this year, 6-10, and Onondaga finished at 3-13 with a few forfeits to end the season as they closed out a disappointing regular season by their standard. As we will now step aside here from the Allegany Community Center one more time. Just want to say thank you to our sponsors, CB's and Goodies, for their support. At the end of 2, it is an 8-6 lead for the Newtown Golden Eagles here on Blue Squatch Productions.
We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenberg and one in Salamanca. They'd like to thank
Back here on Blue Squatch Productions as we are underway here in the 3rd period of play between the Newtown Golden Eagles and the Allegany Arrows. In case you skipped ahead and missed the 2nd period, you might want to hit that rewind button and go back and rewatch it because you missed a lot. It was an 8-4 period for the Newtown Golden Eagles. They outscored Allegany in dominant fashion here as Jimerson looking to bring the Arrows within 1 on a break. Jimerson stopped by Seneca. The captain, Jesse Jimerson, looking to put his team on his back here and bring them within 1. But Craig Seneca says no, as we're going to get a push in the back call against Newtown, as Jaden Jimerson got a little over-aggressive with Darius Anderson. Jimerson has had a great game here tonight for Newtown. 2 breakaway goals that have been big ones for the Golden Eagles, and part of why they lead 8-6 here to start the 3rd period of play. Lyndon Stevens, he's got 1 tonight. Speaking of 1, here's Tehoka Nanako. Ball down low. Seneca finds Ryan John, who winds and fires, but is denied by Chase Martin. Martin fakes the pass, Ball winds up in the stick of Kobe Whitcomb. Cloutier. Smith has some room. Smith looking to take advantage of it. Gets a shot off. That'll go well up and out of play, nearly into a basketball net. Over beyond the boards here at the Allegany Community Center. Is that 2 points for him if he gets it? That might be 3-point range if it got in the hoop there. I think it might have qualified, as right now it'll be over and back for Allegany. Kobe Whitcomb clamoring for a deflection call. He doesn't get it. Shenandoah will pick it up and start the attack now for Newtown. Jaden Kennedy has the ball in his stick. He's got 1 goal tonight. Finds Nanticoke. Nanticoke into the middle, takes the shot. Second attempt, they score. The follow-up from Brennan White beat Chase Martin, and the Golden Eagles are back in flight. They lead by 3. White gets his first of the game. Let's take another look at this one. Nanticoke trying to go through the legs. Shot was stopped, but White picks up the garbage and puts it past Chase Martin. That's why those loose balls in front of the net are so important. If the defenders don't get it, they can lead to goals like that for Brennan White, as he gets his first of the game and brings the lead back up to 3 for Newtown. Kettle takes the shot, misses wide off the boards. Loose ball picked up. Caden Kettle. Lyndon Stevens finds Ron-John. Ron-John's got to be careful. Jeff Geddes was chasing after him. Now Ryan John on the far side, trying to flip it into the middle for Seneca, but those two aren't on the same page. Turnover here against the Golden Eagles. Jeff Geddes brings it up the floor and leaves it for Chris Cloutier. Cloutier only with 1 goal in this one. That's fairly quiet by his standards, as he's looking to heat up. Now Christian Watts, if he could heat up, that would really help Allegany. Not able to find the back of the net on that shot. Shenandoah flips it back into the middle. Brennan White has it, and now Jaden Kennedy with it. Kennedy goes to TN1. Kennedy takes the shot, stopped by Martin. Quickly back the other way goes Amos Whitcomb. He's going 1 against 3, doesn't like his odds, and decides to wait for Zach Miller. Miller gets to the front of the net. What a move, but a better save made by Craig Seneca. Now Cloutier with a nice face dodge, trying to create some space. Cloutier goes back for Atwood. Atwood on his offside, switches with Cloutier. Passes it behind the net, looking for Miller to flex out of play. Official's going to say it went clean out off of Atwood, so possession to Newtown. Caden Kettle going to start the attack now for the Golden Eagles by flipping it over to Lyndon Stevens. Jonah Mohawk has the ball in his stick. Mohawk has a step on Geddes and flips it back to Stevens. Shot blocked in front. Stevens looking to fight with Anderson for the loose ball. Pressed up into the boards. Stevens comes away with it somehow, but runs out of time, as possession will go back to Allegany. Just looking down at my scorecards, can see 1 goal in this one for Clay Scanlon for Newtown. Nanticoke with 1 as well. Mentioned Cloutier on 1. 2 for that man, Lane Smith. Doesn't add a third just yet. Loose ball in front. Ends up behind the net. Now Cloutier with it. Gets it to the far side, Amos Whitcomb. And then just about to make the point about the goal scorers, Christian Watts has got 1 as well. The Stars have all been held to 1 in this game as that ball goes clean into the netting. It's been the depth scoring that has been key for both of these squads throughout this game. Newtown getting a bit more of it right now than Allegany is. Arrows need a few guys to start stepping up here into the third, but still plenty time remaining in this one. Ron-John with it. Over to Tehoka Nanticoke. Gets a pick. Nanticoke looking for a pass to Kennedy off the pick. Doesn't find him. Picked up off the glass. Mohawk for Nanacoke. Winds and fires, stopped by Martin. An outside look there from Tehoka Nanacoke. Tested Chase Martin, but Martin makes the save as Sherman Williams will send it forward for Nate Kettle. Kettle has a step on Shenandoah. Looks for Cloutier. Cloutier switches, takes the shot, stopped by Seneca. What a nice save by Craig Seneca, as now a whistle here as it looks like a penalty behind the play. While, it looks like unsportsmanlike against Chris Cloutier, and that's a bad time for a veteran like Cloutier to take the penalty, as he's still giving our officials an earful, and he better to sit down before he gets hit with another. As I'll give you one quick look here at Craig Seneca's stellar save on Chris Cloutier. Great fake by Cloutier, but Craig Seneca with the cat-like reflexes sticks that chicken wing up and denies Chris Cloutier. Power play here for Newtown. Golden Eagles, they can get a goal here, get that 4-goal lead back. That would really help them, as our officials halting play. Our officials just stopping play. Leo Storos was thrown out of this game, and our officials caught an eye of him standing watching in the corner. He said, "No, but you gotta go. You got kicked out. You can't be on or around the floor for the rest of this one. It's an early shower for you." Golden Eagles getting their personnel all in order as Stevens goes back to the bench. It'll be Ron John to quarterback the power play here for Newtown. Keelan Seneca, Ron John, Jaden Kennedy. Now John, Kennedy, into the middle. Seneca, back for Ron John, who blew a shooter on that pass. That goes high up into the netting. That is why we have this netting here at the Allegany Community Center, as that could have been dangerous in a hurry, but that's why we got this great netting here to keep all of these fine folks safe here watching inside the community center. It's a great crowd here tonight. Everybody in the area wanting to go watch these two rivals duke it out. At the moment, it's the visiting Golden Eagles who've gotten the best of the hometown Arrows. Chase Martin with an excellent save there on Lyndon Stevens keeps this a 3-goal game. Martin has done well since coming in relief of Goa Abrams, but he's going to have to be stellar here for the remainder of this game if his Arrows want to come back. Shot goes wide there from Jaden Kennedy, looking for that short side corner. Nanacoke gets the rebound, takes the shot right into the chest of Martin. Loose ball scooped up by the paint man, Sherman Williams. His pass picked off by Nanacoke. Nanacoke channeling his inner Christian Benford there, picking off that pass like a cornerback, as he'll go back on the attack. 15 seconds remain in the penalty to Cloutier. Low drive there from White, denied by Martin. Loose ball scooped up by Jeff Geddes. Geddes looking to run here. We know he's got some speed. Just going to slow things down now as the Arrows are back to full strength, and here's Chris Cloutier to prove it. Cloutier into the middle. Passes down low. Whitcomb has some room. Into the middle now. Cloutier looking for a shot, jump shot, but it goes up and out of play. Last touch by Cloutier. Possession goes to Newtown. Jaden Kennedy has the ball in his stick. The product of Lakeshore High School. Kennedy has a man on the far side of the floor in Brennan White. Now Ryan John. John into the middle. White has some trouble hanging on to that one. It pops into the stick of Rudy George instead, as Allegany looking to play quick here. Going on a run. Shot on, stopped by Seneca. Kyle Gonsoriak looking to add the 7th here. Taylor trying to take it away here in Snow, chasing after it. Lane Smith picks it up, shot stopped by Seneca. Chaotic sequence there for both sides, but it works out here for Newtown as they're able to keep the ball here in Snow. As a man watching him closely in Jeff Geddes. Snow will find Lyndon Stevens, then head to the bench for a change. Stevens looking for a behind the back feed for Nanticoke in the corner, doesn't connect. Nanticoke able to get the ball though, loses his stick as officials, I think, going to say he went through the crease while doing so. Possession awarded to Allegany. Whitcomb has a man streaking to the net, and Watts can't find him. Pass deflected. Good stick by a Golden Eagle to knock that ball down. Nanticoke gets a moving pick there from Shenandoah, who doesn't like the call. But it'll be a turnover against the Golden Eagles, as with 10:18 remaining in this game, Allegany has the ball, and they're on the attack looking to cut the deficit to 2. Miller winds and fires, stopped by Seneca. Cloutier goes down low. Kettle switches with him. Kettle loses control there. Ball skips into the stick of Craig Seneca. Now he's going to outlet. Seneca will calmly send it forward for Dylan Snow, who will slow things down and flip it over to Jaden Kennedy. Kennedy pressed up against the glass by Taylor. Able to create some space now. Bounces it over to Lyndon Stevens. Stevens goes down low. Seneca looking for some room. Goes behind the back with his pass. Doesn't find the intended target as the Arrows take it away. Here comes Watts now. Watts thought about the transition opportunity. Decides to keep it for himself and the rest of his teammates here for this possession. Chris Cloutier with it. Takes some cross checks from here in Snow. Amos Whitcomb, low drive there, soaked in front. Whitcomb gets his own rebound. Goes towards the net, flips for Watts, pass doesn't connect. Cloutier misses wide. Chris Cloutier looking for the highlight reel BTB goal, but misses wildly there. Shenandoah can't hang on to the pass. Allegany gonna bring it back, led by their captain, Jesse Jimerson. Now Chris Atwood. Nate Kettle. Zach Miller. Miller into the middle. Shot on, wide of the net. Kettle gets the rebound, shot stopped by Seneca. Reset here for Allegany. Cloutier, shot wide of the net. Looking to go short side. Picked up by Watts. Far side, Whitcomb into the middle. Quickly now to Atwood. Down low, quick stick, score! Chris Cloutier with a quick stick shot, buries it. And it's a 2-goal game here with just over 8 to go. And what great ball movement here coming from the Allegany Arrows as Chris Cloutier with such a low angle on that, just about at goal line extended. Buries the shot for the his second goal of the game, the 7th for Allegany in this one. This is the first Arrows goal of the period, as they ended the second period with 6, now at 7 here as Jaden Kennedy looking to make it a 10 spot for the Golden Eagles. Nanticoke. Kennedy. Onto the far side. Played quickly for Nanticoke. Off the boards, into the stick of Sherman Williams. Now here's Geddes. 2-on-2 potentially, as Geddes will turn it over. Good job by Newtown getting back to slow down that transition. Shenandoah looking to go on a run. Tripped up, shot on. Just caught a piece of Martin. They're going to say it went wide. No reset given here, as Newtown does have the ball back. Mohawk onto the far side of the floor. Up top for Keelan Seneca. Seneca looking for an opening. Passes it down low, trying to find Mohawk. Can't do so there. Long pass here. Cloutier hits Atwood. He scores! What a shot from Chris Atwood to beat Craig Seneca, and it's a 1-goal game. An absolute dime from Chris Cloutier right into the stick of Chris Atwood, and how about that follow as well? Ball never left the frame. We got some of the best here at Blue Squatch. What a Hail Mary pass that was, so to speak, from Cloutier right into the stick of Chris Atwood as he gets the 8th Allegany goal of the game. Shots now 57-46 in favor of Newtown. Atwood spent some time in the Arena Lacrosse League this past season with the Oswegan Bears after coming over from the Oshawa Outlaws. For Atwood, 13 games in the ALL, 37 assists as he really showed off the playmaking prowess, 16 goals, 53 points, as he had a big season for Oswegan in the President's Cup last season for Atwood. 7 games played, 11 goals, 20 points, as his contributions are very helpful here for this Allegany team as they try a battle back in this ball game, down by 1. 9-8 the score. Newtown leads. Nanico looking to extend the lead. Shot from John is denied by Martin. And with that latest goal from Atwood, Allegany now outscoring Newtown 2-1 here in this period. But they still trail by 1. 6:27 and counting remaining in this game. Cloutier takes the shot. Seneca got a piece of it. Ball bounces into the corner. Ron John battling with Darius Anderson for it. Last touch by John. Goes out of play. Possession to Allegany. Ron John, a huge pickup for Newtown. Somebody that's a stout defender, but can also get up the floor, push transition, and he can take some shifts on offense as well. Bandits picked him up at the trade deadline in their deal with Ottawa. John spent some time in his career with the Buffalo Bandits, Ottawa Black Bears, New York Riptide, and Colorado Mammoth, as he's bounced around in his young career, but finding his spot, and I think he found a nice home in Banditland as the former 2020 second round, 18th overall draft pick, picked by the Mammoth, originally went over to New York as a part of the Tyson Gibson deal, which looks like a steal now, as John later then, as I mentioned, flipped from Ottawa to Buffalo, part of the midseason deal, and helped the Bandits win their 3rd straight championship. So Ron John got an NLL championship ring, and now he's looking for a Can-Am championship ring. The product of Albany, played his junior lacrosse with the Six Nations Arrows. Also getting into coaching, and I think he could have a career in that, as there you see what everyone is playing for. Everybody wants to hang one of those in their venue next season. Allegany got to hang the 2024 championship banner up at the start of the year. You know, they want to put 2025 right next to it, but this Golden Eagles team going to have something to say about it. Right now it is Newtown in front by 1. 9-8 the lead. Golden Eagles on the attack here. Mohawk goes down low. Nanico takes the shot, somehow kept out by Martin. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure how he kept it out, but Chase Martin found a way. Scrum in the corner now. Still going on in that far corner. An intense scrum. Who's going to come away with the ball? It's the Allegany Arrows. Chase Martin telling everyone, get up the floor. We got to go quick. Allegany down by 1. Miller takes the shot stop by Seneca. Loose ball scooped up by the Golden Eagles. Going forward now, here in Snow. Fakes the pass to Stevens, keeps it for himself. Shot on now, denied by Martin. Dylan Snow letting the shot go. Jaden Kennedy taking his time here, 4:35 remaining. No need for the Golden Eagles to take an early shot unless you have a great look. You want to use the full 30, but you need some insurance. Kennedy stopped by Martin. Biggest save of the night for Chase Martin as he stopped Jaden Kennedy in that one-on-one opportunity to keep this a one-goal game with just over 4 to go. Zach Miller with it. One of the leaders for this Arrows team, Miller. Can't connect on the pass. Picked up by Newtown. Sent forward here. Jaden Jimerson. Going to slow things down and run to the near boards. Bounces it into the middle for Tehoka Nanticoke. Nanticoke looking to go on a run. Hit hard into the boards. Ball pops out. Nanticoke gets it back. Lowers the shoulder. Spins back into the middle. Finds Mohawk. Shot stop. Rebound. They score! Lyndon Stevens buries it. And the Golden Eagles lead by 2. And what great work done by Tehoka Nanticoke to keep possession throughout the entirety of that sequence and not lose control, not get flustered. And how about the shot from Jonah Mohawk right on the stroke of 1 second left in the shot clock. Reset occurs. Stevens cashes it in, and 10-8 the score. Another chance. Did this one find its way in? No, Martin made the save. Big save there for Chase Martin, as it's still a 2-goal game, but getting tougher now for Allegany, down by 2. 10-8 the score. Just under 3 to go. Can the Arrows battle back? Let's find out. Lane Smith being harassed by Ron John, able to get the shot off. Ball bounces into the stick of Craig Seneca after that shot, as he makes another clutch save. Snow sends an errant pass forward that will find its way to Ron John. A fortuitous bounce there for Newtown, as they've had a few in this one. Helps them out as they try to kill some time here. 2:28 remaining. Kennedy, face dodge, gets past 1. Takes the shot now, stopped by Martin. Ball into the corner. Who's going to come away with it? It's Newtown's Lyndon Stevens, fresh 30 here for the Golden Eagles. Into the middle. Stevens with a shot wide of the net. Going back the other way is Allegany. Here come the Arrows. Kobe Whitcomb. Now Cloutier on the near side. Cloutier bounces it in the middle. Whitcomb. Now Atwood. Back for Cloutier. Onto the far side. Can't connect with Whitcomb. Loose ball snagged here by the Golden Eagles. Jonathan Jimerson picked it up. Here in Snow. Gonna bounce it over to Ryan John. Back for Snow. 1:20 remaining in the third period of play. Nanticoke gonna start his drive to the net. Nanticoke loses control. Picked up by Allegany. Here come the Arrows. Gonsoriak finds Watts. 1 minute remaining here in the third period of play. Shot on from Whitcomb, stopped by Seneca. Reset here for Allegany. Miller. Whitcomb up and out of play. Chase Martin is at the bench. This one will get sent down the length of the floor, not quite on target. Kluche goes down low. Miller, shot on, wide of the net. Kluche gonna have to chase after it, but it'll be over and back. Newtown with 24.7 to go will have the ball. The Golden Eagles trying to kill some time. Here's Keelan Seneca. Knocked to the floor. Seneca still in control for now. Now he loses it. Here comes Allegany. Back the other way. Passes an errant one into the corner. Golden Eagles will have it, and this game is over. Newtown spoils the party as the Golden Eagles come into Allegany and win game number 1 of this best-of-5 series over the Allegany Arrows as the defending champs lose their first postseason game in almost 2 seasons. The final shot total 65-53 in favor of the Newtown Golden Eagles. Wow, what a game this was. So entertaining between these two teams as we had a treat here tonight. Reminder, just no handshakes after this one because this is a best-of-5 series, so the teams will shake hands at the end of the series. As we will now take a look at the updated playoff bracket after the Newtown Golden Eagles win here tonight over the Allegany Arrows. They hold a 1-0 series lead over the Allegany Arrows as we will have game number 2 tomorrow here from the Allegany Community Center. Once again on the other side of the bracket, still tied 0-0. That game ready to start tomorrow as well, as we'll give you one more look here at the playoff schedule for these two teams. Game 2 tomorrow night here from the Allegany Community Center, 8 p.m. start time. We should hopefully have that one recorded for you at the very least. Trying to stream it, but the connection has been rough down here as of late. And then game number 3 will be at the Gillette Arena on July 24th, a week from tonight, 8 p.m. start time, as Allegany will head to Newtown for what could be a crucial game there. Game number 4, if necessary, July 25th, another 8 p.m. start time at the Gillette Arena. And then if we need all 5, we'll be right back here on Sunday, July 27th at 5 p.m. for game number 5 between these two teams, if necessary. As we sign off here, just want to make sure we say thank you to our sponsors of CB's and Goodies Dispensary. Thank you to both of them for their support. Be sure to check them out if you are 21 and over and in the area. As we will sign off now, the final score in this one, the Newtown Golden Eagles 10, the Allegany Arrows 8. For my cameraman, Jason Pregel, I have been Trevor Butt saying so long and thank you for watching.
We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new sponsor stepping up. If you're in the area, check them out. We would really like to thank Goodies for sponsoring this game. Check them out with 2 locations, one in Steenburg and one in Salamanca. I'd like to thank CB's Cannabis Club for sponsoring this game. Thank you very much to a new